required, because after the COVID situations, how the all the education organizations, academicians, how they can involve in the part of the new normal environment, and how we can generate the e-governance part also. That's a major impact of upcoming 1 year the education systems. Today, my agenda is that the look into the part of the different type of educator environment. Maybe you can think that as academicians, as a students, how they can manage the new normal situations in the terms of the education process, and day by day lot of the problems they are facing in the top of assignment, in the terms of competitions, in the terms of the people who are providing the job. They are the different eye angle in the COVID situations. Today my topic agenda is the new normal for educators post COVID technology approach. uh, as we know that not only the academician, the few initiative, they also have a major role to give a proper improvisations of the education systems. And 21st century teachers have a great role to motivate the environment to give a better result. Before COVID-19, or you can see that the situation, the classroom, the infrastructures, the environment are completely different. People are easy to manage any type of problems depends on the educations or the academicians also. But the after the COVID situations, it's really affected the n number of sectors. You can start for the teaching learning environment. You can think that education environment it's really damaged 50 to 60% what exactly normal forms are available. Economics, health, science and technology, and also few part you can think that religion also can affect in this part of the COVID-19 situations. But there are some lot of impact in the terms of educations. Just we really surprised one of the advertisement from the HDFC banks. They clearly mentioned that 2021 pass out candidates are not eligible. So it's really surprise impact from the job providers in the terms of the COVID-19. So that means it's a n number of effect in the terms of schools, in the terms of the faculty members who are trying to give a proper assessment process, and number of job opportunities minimize. And finally the ultimate impact, ultimate the cause, the reasons the people are facing when they are thinking that teaching learning process is not proper. So what is the solutions? uh Last 2 years that people's few mind just like these pictures. Sometimes we cannot be depends. We forgot our knowledge power. Sometimes people they forgot the environment what can be do in the COVID-19 situations also. Just 2 years, that more than 1.5 years, we stuck a particular positions where the people cannot think a new environment, but few people can motivate their knowledge growth also. For that purpose, one of the small that environment which can be give a better result in the terms of future education skill, because we know that future education skill give a better result, better result of the part of this particular environment. For the reason was one small video for 2 minutes how the future educations can give a better result in the terms of this particular talk.
As our societies evolve, so do our education.
One second, maybe I just refresh the page.
So I've got my essay written, and I've been working on it for about a week. So now I'm going to show you how I use Grammarly to edit.
As our societies evolve, so do our education systems. But what does the future of education look like? To answer this question and understand how traditional models are evolving, we looked at emerging features that may become the new normal in education systems around the world. What did we see? Traditionally, in education systems, decisions are made by a select group of people, and everyone has a distinct role. Students learn by listening to their teachers, teachers teach, and principals manage the schools. The curriculum is linear and standardized. Academic performance is prioritized, and students are assessed through standardized tests. How is this changing? Education systems embodying the new normal are part of a larger ecosystem where decision-making and responsibilities are shared among a wide group of stakeholders, and students are active participants in their own learning. In these schools, the learning process and student well-being are also valued in addition to academic performance. There is a recognition that students come from different backgrounds and learn in different ways. Learning happens in a nonlinear process with different types of assessments used for different purposes. These schools are monitored no longer just to ensure accountability, but also to encourage frequent feedback at all levels to continually improve the education system. The future, by definition, is unpredictable, but by developing responsive education systems, we can help our children adapt to, thrive in, and even shape whatever the future holds. To find out how you can help too, visit our website.
Okay, so this is the basics environment, basic structures in the terms of the part of the future. What exactly the education system is changing, the process, the thinking, everything is going different way to uh, give a better result in the terms of the educations, in the terms of the knowledge and all the things. Now, the major concerns which can give a better result if we convert our education systems, school, college, or university in a different manner. If we think it is a learning centers, if we think the guide can be produce the proper learning producers, if we can convert the 20 feet by 20 feet classroom is a globalization process and open to learning. This is the very important process nowadays. When we give up problems to the particular students how to solve this one, if it is open problems, it's better than the particular logistic way what we generate the previous question paper process. And obviously we can connect each others, we give the flexibility process, and ultimate we got lot of innovators idea from the classrooms. The few examples that last few months, 3 to 4 months, we are trying to develop our school environment. We choose the 5th standard to 12th standard few school students in the Bangalore, and we are trying to give the basics online training systems from the subject matters. Maybe it is physics, maybe it is chemistry, maybe it is normal mathematics, and we are giving the real life problems how to solve this one. And we really surprised from this within 3 months, this proper individual flexibility training process. Out of 25 students, 7 students created a different type of idea which can be possible to apply for patent as a school student environment. That means the proper process, if we follow the proper connectivity, the proper flexibility, the innovator can be possible from the school environment also. Now, the 3 major skill which is required to improve the particular structures from the student teachings environment, teacher environment, teacher management environments also. First thing is learning skill, which can be give the better result with the proper way, can be linked in the latest technology process. If we want if we want to find the particular literary skill which cannot be give the proper support of the learning skill also. And finally, the life skill is the most important major part which can give a effective report in the terms of the all the learning skill process. Very simple thing is that before COVID-19, what we observe that most of the Indian education systems, the process of cleanness, the self clean is not the proper manner. But now every classroom before start the classroom they are sanitized, they are properly clean, a proper process. The life skill also is important when you want to improve the categories, the proper process in the terms of educations. Now the 4C concept came, that when we were trying to converted our education process in the terms of control, in the terms of managerial, in the terms of new innovator process. That is possible if we convert your entire classroom process through the critical thinkers, proper communications, collaborative activity, and finally the creator. Basically, when you want to give a particular problems to the students, is the students there critically thinking for these particular problems, or the traditional way they are trying to solve the solutions? When you give a proper problems to the particular students, is it the understandability of the proper to create a new idea? Is it possible to solve the particular problems with group of the students, maybe 5 or 6 group they can trying to solve it? And finally, if you want to finish the particular task as a high quality work, is it possible if you have the proper creators? So that is the major 3 C's, 4 C's, what can give the better result now in the 21st century skill, which is most important is the educator environment. Now, in the part of the new normals, we know that there's the basic things, that mask, the physical distance, trying to manage the all the things in the onlines, try to manage all the process which cannot be physically entrapped. But is it possible to give the better result of the educations? Is really possible to give the better practical environment? Because some cases, some subject without practical cannot be linked. How we can involve our students, how we can get the better result, better creative mind after the long terms, after the more than 1 years we are in sitting in the home, and there is no infrastructures that are possible to give the better result. How we can adopt the new normal process? That cases that lot of technicals, lot of initiatives are taken by the management from the school level to university levels. Some cases we are directly involved in the project based work. Some cases we are directly involved in the flip the classroom process. But what we observe, if we have a proper roadmap of the new normal education process, people can adapt easily and they can give the better result than the previous situations. I come one by one examples. The first thing is that the stations rotation process. Basically, this is the model which can create a group. Maybe you have the 60 students, you can create the 6 group, each group 10 students. Some problem, some techniques, some solutions, you can divide the each group and try to give the rotation process executions. Very simple thing, you create one queries that needed a common discussions, that needed a common solutions. If you ask the individual process, maybe it not be give the better result. But if you create the group and rotation process, maybe first group they can complete the introduction part, the second group go for the literary review part, the fourth group they can conclude the methodology. So that way you can divide the proper teaching learning process, the entire classroom give a better result with the collaborative operations. The one small examples, the last few days, the few problems which can generate in the terms of that water resource problems, that how we can solve, because few school they have very much difficulty for the drinking water process. So when one teachers trying to give the proper solutions in the terms of the water resource problems in the classrooms, if they can give the group wise solutions, and maybe out of 20 solutions one solutions can be adopt that particular school. So that way you can give a better result in the terms of realistic problems view with the terms of blended learning in the terms of status rotation process. Next is flip the classrooms. Don't think that if you are in the class 6 you cannot be solve the problems class 8. Now the few university already started the combination of the subject. Maybe one student in computer science, he can choose one commerce department subject, he can choose one chemical department subject. One life science students, he can choose one computer science students subject. So that way if you create a flipped classroom concept, the working cultures, the activity, the materials, all the things will be is add up properly and easily it's give the better solutions. Sometimes we are giving the materials download from the internet and directly send to the students. What happened, the particular practicability of these materials may not be support the 100%. What are the solutions? That cases, try to merge the two different type of class, giving the proper common solutions and give a new context. That is a different way the people can give a better result if you terms the flip the classroom process. Obviously project based. Basically now the few colleges, few university already started the concept of open book exams. If you want to generate the questions paper, the process, the teaching learning is as a project based, because ultimate 100 marks of a subject, a result, it is effective if the students complete a proper real time project solutions. Every year in number of students pass out from the particular subject, particular course, but how many students involve after 90% marks and they trying to solve the real life problem solutions. Every year in number of mechanical engineer, in number of architecture engineer are pass out from the Indian universities, but how many students trying to solve the traffic road problems? The Indians, the majority, more than 40% time is wastage in the city environment. So that means people are not ready to adopt the project based learning process. So if we can start the concept, the teaching learning process conversion to the project based learning process, easily we can get the better result, better productivity in the terms of the other activity also. Trying to introduce the face-to-face introduction process from the industry environment, online learning maybe support the few percentage, but if it is project based conversion process, n number of people can be involved and get a better result. Few other approaches already I informed, the open textbook exam process. You create that type of problems which cannot be available in any internet source, any textbooks. You think that way, give the solutions, give the problems that students can think, their use their brain. It's not the continuous same process, same type of questions, same type of techniques they can support. No, they use their brain to give the better result, which can give the effective process of the particular solutions. Sometimes that every classroom they have the two different type of process students. One is the slow learner and the fast learner. So try to think that your question paper, your learning process, both type of students can adopt. That means capability approach can be proper. Maybe it will be that 50% for the slow learner, 50% for the fast learner. So that can be possible if you go for convert the online approach to the offline approach, and that's maybe give the slightly better result with respect to the other capacity. When you go for the discussion in the classrooms, maybe without the common discussions you cannot give the ultimate conclusions of the particular problems. So when you give a proper discussion of the classrooms, try to involve the few major points which can be give a effective result. Your discussion should be the it's not that always you want to give the idea, always you want to give the suggestions, always you have to be learning mentality can be give a reflective way process. Discussion should be the research based. Discussion should be the give the progressive manner. The discussion should be the inclusive way which can give the localize the environment which give the better result. So this is the another major point. When you give the discussion based answers, discussion based learning process, please follow these basic tools which can be give the better result. Now the question is that what is the basics requirement, that how the people's the as a faculty members, as academicians, or some students also, they are the give the better way to conclude the inter sessions. The few points which can be give the major importance which can give the new normal environment. First thing is that already we lost our patience in last 1.5 years. So first thing that instructor be our patience. We cannot get the immediate result. We cannot think that after the 1.5 year online mode of the school, suddenly if you open all the students, all the result is good in that positive manners. So instructors should be the patients, trying to communicate the students in a group wise, one-to-one communication if it is possible. Try to give a proper contact of these particular solutions of the subject, or individual try to understand that how much process can be added by these particular students. Few college already started the mentor and mentee process, that every classroom, if it is 60 students, they divided the 20 each group, so 3 faculty members in the is the mentor mentee process relations in these particular classrooms. And after the college, after the school hours, as they can send that their problems by individual WhatsApp process, or by mail, by phone calls, that madam, I have this particular subject, because sometimes the students cannot be asked the particular subject teachers. So that is that special care is required to give the peer communication process. And that normal teaching methods, it's completely previous environment is okay, but now the new normal, the students mentality, the adaptability is completely different. Try to change the normal teaching methods, normal teaching strategies process. Give some variety of the teachings, the techniques, the process, the more attractive, to give the problematic problems solutions in the terms of the normal questions papers. If you can give some real life problem based examinations process, the students give the better result in the terms of ultimate feedback of the process. And all times try to get the feedback for last 5 minutes. Maybe some process you want to forget to take the feedback, because students or the environment, they're not trying to give the feedback after 2 days, after 3 days. The current feedback is the most important things. If you can take that before 5 minutes end of the class, you can easily understand that how many students give the proper answers, that it should be the understandability teaching or not. Now, uh, the few major factors which can give the better improvisations in the terms of that new normal teaching process. Obviously, the first part is that e-teaching materials, which can be get from that audio visual online, some game based site, some constant guide process is the most important. Because nowadays the students, they have very less patience in the terms of the 60 minutes class. What they can do, they don't want to listen the entire 1 hours. So you can think the few questions, few activity which can be involved the game base, the mobile game, or that normal the laptop or desktop game is the more addiction of the students. So if you converted the questions paper, the questions quality in the terms of the game process, in number of students can be interact in the classrooms. And what exactly you are giving the content to the particular students, particular environment. That content creator also, a number of features are available. Lot of free resources are available which can give the better result to convert your entire classroom as more interact process. If you go for that of audio visual online techniques, or you want to give the n number of informative videos, the best is that TED talk, that maximum 5 minutes. Some cases it is more than 3 minutes time is there. So because people have no time to listen for the 60 minutes time of talk, try to give some 3 to 4 minutes small informative video which can give the better solutions of a normal entire 60 minutes teaching process. In number of crash courses are there, a few crash course for only for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So one crash course students can be complete inside the classrooms 1 hour. Obviously it's mandatory to give the proper documentations. YouTube video is the last chance, because ultimate that your YouTube content, YouTube link, already students may be controlled, maybe find out in their mobile search engine, because students before the classroom, before the start that particular subject, already they search in the YouTube video. So this is not better to interact the particular students. Maybe few students already watch the particular video. So in the last chance, if it is not available the more content, try to go for YouTube the education's video. This is the list of the website which is give the completely game based questions paper, that what exactly you are giving the particular questions, particular multiple choice answers. Few questions they are trying to convert it the descriptive. So entire things, it looks like a game environment. People are more interactive if you go for these particular websites. Kahoot, Quizlet, and all are free. There is no money matter, completely free website. It's very easy to understand how to create the question paper, how to interact the students, and outside students cannot be linked. That what exactly to whom you give the permissions, they only enter the room and they can give the particular solutions of the questions paper. And one advantage is that some cases the student's mentality can be adoptions is more if the questions paper is moving or realistic view in the terms of animation mode. What we observe, if you give the one page of lengthy question paper, some students they are not ready to read entire the question paper. But if you put the one question paper in a one slide, students have the patience to read the one questions that time. So that interactions can be possible if you go for the game based side options. And most of the cases, the new normal environment, the students mentality and the faculty give some variety in the classroom can be involved in this particular website, which can give in number of solutions of multiple choice questions, descriptive choice questions, and some cases the if you give the keynotes of the particular of the solutions, the website can give the solutions also. That means if you want to give this number of points, students can give the answer, they can score the 50% marks. That means rubrics can set also possible in this particular website also. That means the work cultures, the workload of the faculty members also is modified. Obviously your content is should be the more informative. It's not that after the 20 slides the students they don't want this particular environment, they want interact now that their sessions. So that is the major link nowadays. So if you want to improve your what exactly content you want to give the proper particular attractive manners, you can follow these particular websites which can give the n number of solutions. And some cases the default, the infographic informations class 5 to PhD standards, each subject are available in the free mode. The best is that the JSTOR, the serial number 5, there the content creators have most of the animations and most of the animated environment which can give the machine learning and deep learning based environment as students can adapt more. Now the question is that is it required to convert the entire education to the digitalizations? Because what exactly we think that COVID means online class means all are digitalizations. But is it possible to convert the entire learning inside the particular laptop or desktop or mobile phone? It's really possible. Is it good for that human brain growth also? As a student, brain growth can be out of the digitalization technology process. Few cases we can support, but not 100%. Always the e-learning applications maybe give some replacement with respect to the traditional process, but it's not 100% adoptions. It's require the few traditional process which can give the better human brain growth process. I just give you one small solutions which can be give the better impact why the traditional knowledge, the traditional teaching process is required. If you want to go for the global market process, it's maybe that most of the cases the people are involved by e-learning or the m-learning process. But the problem is the entire the technology addictions is generally gradually increase also. If it is electromagnetic hazards, if it is mobile gadget addictions are increased, the brain cell growth is decreased. So this way the global market inside the process also can be involved in the new normal technique process. Now the solutions. No one to give the particular process of the e-learning process, or don't go for that 100% the online process. You can give the collaborative based learning which can give the few informations, the basics knowledge which can give the better result. The some techniques, some process how to solve this particular problem can give the better result if you understand the gap between the e-learning process and the traditional knowledge. Now obviously the students mentality, they want to the visual learning, they don't want to listen, they want to observe only, because last more than 1.5 years the students are there linked with the laptop or desktops and mobile phone, and they are visualizes more. So that is the another part, that what exactly the people they are addiction in the terms of the visual learning process. But in the visual learning process also you want to give the more creativity, variety to add the process which can adopt students properly. So that modification is required. Visual learning can be adopted if you modify your teaching process, your environment of that, what exactly you want to display the particular student's environment, is it adaptability or not, that you have to think properly. Now that every students, every educators, every parents, they run for the score the first point, at least maybe the few people they want the first in the classrooms, they want to score the maximum marks in the particular subjects. But if you think the individual mode, the instructor move from traditional teachings to the particular knowledgeable environment. So first thing is that you have to find out the proper weak points, and then you try to involve the enhancings to improve that particular weak point. So this is the major important process when you want to go for one-to-one process, mentor-mentee process, or you can give the better competitor role of the traditional knowledge techniques only. Now, one small competitions between the two country. One is the process which can give the better environment of the basics mathematics of Chinese environment. Another one is that process how we can people can involve in the mode of the Japan mathematics process. They gave one multiplications 31 and 12, which is the basics way, and how they can solve in the two traditional knowledge process. Just 1 minute, few seconds small video, try to observe and think that how they are solving the basics mathematics in the terms of China environment, in the terms of Japan environment. Both are correct, There is no wrong to give the result of the process of 372, but the process is how they solve the particular answers. As that, if we are run for that technological addictions, Indian students education environment, people hurry they are given the calculator to the particular environment. Is it true or is it adaptability more? If you want to growth your enhancement of the brain cells, you try to depends on the few traditional knowledge which is more required in the new normal environment. Now we can move on the next process, which can give the another one small idea. That is the active learning. When a particular faculty members also want to learn some things, that most of the cases what we observe, the students queries the solutions, the faculty members or the instructor given immediately. Try to stop that one. Don't try to give the proper solutions immediately when the student asks. Very simple thing. You just try to tell them that first you try yourself, one times, two times, three times. If you fail, then only you can give the solutions. That active learning process only possible if the student try to first learning their own, that itself. Very simple thing. You want to tell them the one techniques, one process. The first day, the day one, few students they want to tell sir how to do, what to do, what is the process of this particular technology. But few students they are searching in the Google and they are trying to learn the basic steps from the Googles. If as instructor, as a faculty members directly give the solutions, the capability of the knowledge growth is stable, it's not improved. So now the new normal technique process, it's most important. Don't give the direct solution to the students' queries. Try to give the step-by-step solutions, which can convert the active learning process to improve the technology and the knowledge growth. Obviously, it is require the corporate learning because some cases the some technology it's that much difficult to give the linkage of the real-time project process. It's required to soft skill, it's required the core skill also. That reasons it's most important factor to link a corporate environment in the classroom also. Maybe it is not that below 10 standard, the more than that 11 standard, from the 11 standard or the UG courses. Try to link the few skill which can be linked directly few corporate environment, because corporate environment they know that what type of problems their solution they are giving their industry structures. So that capacity can give a better result if you link some corporate learning process in the terms of classroom teaching. Now there is lot of advantages there, because obviously without advantage we cannot adopt any techniques, any process in the terms of new normal educations. uh, all the students environment, what they need, they want minimum input, they want maximum output. It's completely wrong. That knowledge, the education is reverse. If you want to give the maximum input, maybe you can get the minimum input process for the basics levels. If your basics level is strong, easily you can convert your entire thing is positively way, proportionally way, and the other things can be significant if you convert the proper techniques of that input and output ratio. Try to give the more input for the learning process, give more input to adopt the particular technology, then only output will be better after the few times, after the few years maybe. Obviously the scalable model, it's most important. Maybe it's really difficult to convert the entire classroom is the proper scalable model process, but trying to give the some module, some techniques which can give the same scalable model of entire class. Maybe it is the part of the multiple institutions, multiple classrooms, multiple infrastructures can be link each others and try to add up a proper process to scalable all the entire things that the techniques and the teaching model can be support for slow learner students and the fast learner students both. Obviously the progress is required which can give the better result of the education systems. So always we support the easy progress tracking systems of that feedback process to improve the particular assessment techniques which can give the better result. Some cases the your techniques, your personalities and assessment give the better easiest way to improve the progress tracking process of entire education systems. Learning flexibility is most important. Maybe one student cannot be learned from the classroom, but he can learn the same things in the outside the classroom process also. It's already started in the few university in the India of the chemical department and the life science department. They already converted the inter classroom teaching systems in the lab or that project based environment where they can learn the properly of the particular subject of the with their own times. It's not the particular 9 to 6. They have the proper time, the flexibility time is there. That time they want to learn and they can solve the problems. Obviously trying to convert the 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 greeny process, the most important thing is that uh, now the few organizations already take an initiative to convert the greeny environment which can be support the first steps. Please don't take a printout. Please try to stop the unnecessary printout taking and try to convert your entire teaching learning process of the paperless concept. Yes, you can do, because if we add up the 1.5 years process is difficult process in a teaching learning process can convert. So obviously it's the upcoming new normals also we can try to do the paperless process. It's not only the complete the paper is required to go for the assessment and other things. How we can improve the few part without the paper. Obviously that revision is required, because some cases the few slower techniques they cannot be support the speed of the your teaching process. So revision is the most important to all the students which can give the better result. Collaborative techniques already informed that try to link with the nearest school, the nearest department, there is organizations to give the flip of the classrooms, the mix of the students, give the proper common competitions. Maybe you can give the one solution in the different way with the collaborative teaching process also. That can be give the better result, because already the faculty and student exchange programming started in different organizations. They can support the collaborative techniques to give the better result. Obviously the try to increase the number of contributors is the major problems in India, that one classroom one faculty manages more than 150 students. It's really difficult. So if we convert the number of instructor, number of contributors, the reference libraries, books, it's the very easy to way to improve the knowledge and the quality of the education also. Few challenges is there. Obviously we know that everywhere the some challenges there, but as a Indian education environment, obviously we will overcome. Maybe it is the online resource problems, maybe it is offline resource problems, maybe the school readiness problems, or the parents involvement. Maybe sometimes the parents, what we observe the last few years, we are doing one small project that engineering students, that maybe it is BTech or BE students, what we collect the informations, more than 60% of the students parents, they don't know the current semester name which the students are current studying. And I repeat, more than 60% parents, they don't know which semesters the students they are studying current situations. The main reasons, they are not involvement. That also is required nowadays. The new normal challenge is that most important, because the parents have a major roles to give the better roadmap of the education systems and the support the process which can be adopted by the faculty members. Obviously is the big challenge to sanitize the entire school classroom size, the social distance. Is the all the gadget device internet source laptops are available? Is it available to all the materials to give the students readiness or not? Who can trying to improve the classroom cultures to get the better result. Now the questions is a big questions. Really, are you ready to the new normals? The most of the cases, what we observe that few school college organizations now also they are following the traditional techniques. Is it not required the 100% traditionals? It's not required the 100% technology. Try to mix up the few traditionals, the few e-learning process, few online process, and flexibility is the most solutions to give the better result of the new normal environment in the terms of the educations, the cultures, the knowledge, teachers, students, environment. So ultimate the motto of that, if you think that you can adopt the particular environment, obviously there is no problems, no challenges will be happen.